Quincy Wilson rewrites record books wherever he goes, side by side with Bryce Deadman. Pushing for the line. Wilson and Deadman headed to Paris, and they meet the line at the same time.
Quincy Wilson is only 17, and the track world is starting to feel uneasy. While most high school athletes are still developing, Wilson is lining up against professionals and finishing ahead of them. His speed has turned heads, his confidence has raised eyebrows, and his rapid rise has coaches searching for explanations. This isn't a normal breakout. It's the kind of talent that forces the entire sport to pay attention and prepare for what's coming next. Wilson's story begins in New London, Connecticut, where he was born on January 8, 2008. Showing promise from a young age, Quincy got serious about track and field at 8 years old. His parents, Monique and Roy Wilson, recognized his talent early and made a bold move to relocate from Chesapeake, Virginia to Gaithersburg, Maryland. There, Quincy would attend Bully School, the same school from which his cousin Shania Hall graduated before running track at the University of Oregon. His environment nurtured his potential, and by the time he was 14, Wilson was already running 400 meters in the 48-second range. In 2022, Quincy clocked a 47.59 in the semifinals of the AAU Junior Olympic Games, going on to win the final in 47.77 seconds. He also posted a 22.42 in the 200 meters. The following year, in March 2023, he won the New Balance Nationals Indoor 400-meter title in 46.67 seconds and split an impressive 45.06 at the Penn Relays. By September 2023, he had signed a groundbreaking NIL deal, one of the youngest American athletes to do so with a major sports brand. But 2024 was the year that changed everything. In January, Wilson ran a near-record 1 minute, 1.27 seconds in the 500 meters at the VA Showcase, followed by a 21.02 seconds 200 meters in February. In March, he set the National High School Indoor 400-meter record with a jaw-dropping 45.76 in Boston. That time would have placed him fourth at the World Indoor Championships. He anchored Bully School's 4x400-meter relay team to a national record of 3 minutes 11.87 seconds and ran 45.19 seconds at the Florida Relays. April brought even more fireworks. At the Penn Relays, Wilson delivered a blistering 44.37 400-meter split, the fastest high school split ever recorded at the event. Despite team setbacks in the final, his individual performance stood out as elite. Then came June 2024 and the U.S. Olympic trials. At 16 years old, Wilson ran 44.66 in the prelims of the 400 meters, a new U18 world best. 2 days later, he improved it again to 44.59 in the semis. He ultimately placed sixth in the final, running 44.94, qualifying him for the U.S. 4x400-meter relay pool for the Paris Olympics. In July, just weeks before the Olympics, Wilson went even faster. At the Holloway Pro Classic, he ran 44.20, defeating Olympic veteran Bryce Deadman 44.23 in a thrilling finish. That time solidified his place in history as the fastest U18 athlete in the 400 meters and second fastest U20 performer ever. At the Paris 2024 Olympics, Wilson became the youngest American male track and field Olympian in history. Though he ran a disappointing 47.27 in the relay heats, Team USA advanced and ultimately won gold in the final. As a preliminary round contributor, Wilson also received a gold medal, making him the youngest track and field Olympic gold medalist in history. The accolades didn't stop there. In December 2024, he set a personal best of 1 minute 17.19 seconds in the 600 meters at the Marine Corps Holiday Classic, setting a new meet record. By early 2025, Wilson continued to improve, running 45.66 in the indoor 400 meters at the New Balance Grand Prix to beat elite pros like Will Sumner and Jareem Richards. But perhaps his most shocking moment came on July 12, 2025, at the Ed Murphy Track Classic in Memphis. Competing against a seasoned senior field, including Olympic champion Stephen Gardner, Wilson ran a staggering 44.10 to win the 400 meters. That time broke his own U18 world best, tied him for 4th globally in 2025, and placed him 2nd on the all-time U20 list, only behind Steve Lewis's 43.87 from the 1988 Olympics. This wasn't just a fast race, it was a statement. Quincy Wilson had just beaten the best in the world, again, while still technically a high school student. As coaches and commentators scrambled to put his performances into context, one thing became clear. Wilson wasn't just ahead of his peers, he was ahead of time. Despite being eliminated in the semifinals of the 2025 U.S. Championships with a 45.39, Wilson's place in the sport's future is undeniable. Later that year, he announced his commitment to the University of Maryland, opting to stay close to home as he continues his journey. What makes Wilson's rise so terrifying for his competition isn't just the times, though those are jaw-dropping. It's his consistency, versatility, and mental toughness. He's not just a 400-meter runner. He's run 1 minute 50 seconds in the 800-meter, 1 minute 17 seconds in the 600-meter, and 21.02 seconds in the 200-meter. Indoors or outdoors, relays or individual races, Wilson shows up and performs. He's coached by Joe Lee, a name now becoming synonymous with America's next great sprint project. Lee has guided Wilson through the whirlwind of teenage stardom with an emphasis on technique, maturity, and recovery. They're not chasing records. They're building a foundation for a decade-long career. Wilson's commitment to both academics and athletics is also worth highlighting. Despite his busy competition schedule, he's maintained strong academic performance at Bully School, showcasing a discipline that extends far beyond the track. His ability to balance rigorous training with studies exemplifies his maturity and focus. As track insiders debate whether Wilson is the heir to Michael Johnson or a one-of-a-kind prodigy, fans are simply in awe. Social media lights up after every race. Promoters are already eyeing him for 2028 in Los Angeles. And for every kid watching track on YouTube, Quincy Wilson is now the blueprint. He's not just running fast, he's rewriting what's possible. Wilson's story is also inspiring a new generation of youth runners, especially those from underrepresented communities. Coaches across the U.S. are reporting increased interest in youth sprint programs, citing Wilson as a key motivator. His story, rooted in family support, sacrifice, and self-belief, resonates with young athletes who now see a clearer path to greatness. His humility also separates him from many rising stars. Wilson often deflects praise to his coaches, teammates, and family. In post-race interviews, he emphasizes learning and growth over hype. Wilson's steady approach has been clear throughout his career. Focus on growth, stay grounded, and let the times speak. That mindset, coupled with his work ethic, is why so many see him as the future of the sport. His training regimen includes advanced strength conditioning, sprint mechanics, and regular sessions with sports psychologists to stay mentally sharp under pressure. His team tracks everything from sleep cycles to nutrition. It's a professional setup, fine-tuned for longevity. What's next for Wilson is anyone's guess, but experts believe he hasn't reached his peak yet. With years of development still ahead, many predict he could break the 44-second barrier before his 19th birthday. If that happens, he would join a legendary club that includes only a few athletes in history. His progress is also being closely watched by sponsors, NCAA coaches, and Team USA staff looking ahead to the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles. There's also speculation about Wilson eventually moving up in distance. Given his strong 600-meter and 800-meter performances, some believe he may one day dominate the 800-meter, an event where the U.S. has lacked consistent global champions in recent years. Whether he stays with the 400 meters or broadens his scope, Wilson is already showing he has the range and discipline to compete at the highest levels. As of the close of 2025, Quincy Wilson holds multiple national records, an Olympic gold medal, and global respect, all before turning 18. If that doesn't scare the track world, nothing will.